Hello, Peter Kalos here from the Melbourne Actors Lab. First of all, please subscribe. It's a small thing for you guys to do, but it really helps us. Enough with that. Let's get on to the work. I want to help you guys understand how you need to think as an actor, especially if you're on a film set or on stage, whatever. And I want you to think like this. Imagine there's a wall here. Right now, this is the reality of where I'm at. I know right now I'm at the lab. I'm actually in the studio. There's a light in front of me, there's a camera or my phone I'm using. Intellectually, I know I'm at the lab. And I always tell people, think like this. If I blindfolded you right now and took you to the beach without telling you anything, you'd know you're at the beach. You'd hear the waves, you'd smell the ocean, you'd feel the sand on your feet, you'd feel the sun. I know I'm at the beach. Sensorially, I know I'm at the beach. And I want you to think like this. This is the reality of where you are. This is the world that the actor or the character belong in. And your job as an actor, a big part of it, is decide what from here do I bring into this imaginary world. Our job, and that is the job as actors, is to create imaginary places, imaginary circumstances, imaginary relationships between two people, imaginary everything. And to believe it. And there's a skill to do that. It doesn't just happen. The first thing I want you to do is to take the script, very first time you read it, to read it from beginning to end, no interruptions, no checking your phone, none of that stuff. Completely read the script from beginning to end. It's okay to write down your ideas about your first gut feeling. When you get to the end of the script, now you've got a bit of an understanding. Always think like a chef of what the ingredients are. This is what I got to deal with. Now, start slowly to build your character. Who is your character? On a very basic level, we've talked about character work. We've got a workshop online to explain character work for you. On a very basic level, I want you to understand this concept. If you read the same exact script from thinking of your mother's perspective, how your mom thinks, versus how your dad thinks, two different people, two different understandings of the world. If they both read the script, they would have different connections to it, different understandings. It would affect them differently. That's how I want you to think of character work, because the first time you read the script will be you. Now, when you finish the first time and you got an understanding of who the character is and what's going on, now I want you to read it a second time as the character. So now you're going to go, wow, now I'm reading it as the character. Now I understand where this character comes from. So now the first thing you've done is I've cherry-picked moments of myself, moments of or ingredients of other people that I don't have in my life, like who did you get that ingredient from? So start picking ingredients to put into this character. And you shut down everything else. This is, I'm creating an imaginary world. These are my ingredients. Now I'm reading the script. Now I need to create place. Let's assume, and I will always use or mostly use Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller, because it's a world-renowned play. Everyone understands it. If you haven't read it, you must read it. Imagine I'm now doing Biff, who is the older brother. And most of that play takes place in their house. Now, my job is to create Biff's home based on what the script told me. How wealthy, how poor is this house? We could argue at one stage the house was really good because dad was making money. Now he's at the end of his career and he's not making as much money, which means if things were broken, they won't be replaced right away. You could see that the house had its heyday once, but it's not today. And your job as an actor, along with you're going to turn up on a film set, they'll have a film set. Even though they've got a film set around you, your job is to make that room what we call personal private. And always do this. Create something in every direction. Create something here where the camera is. Create a window, look outside, see the garden where dad used to plant tomatoes, because that's in the script. If I don't create anything here and here, there's a very good chance I won't look here. Because if I look over here, I'll see a light. If I look over here, I'll see a TV and a couple of stands. If I look behind me, I'll see all this black stuff that's here. So I won't look. So I want you to look at the window, actually create it. Look over here, see a painting or a photograph of mom, dad, brother, and the two kids over here. Look over here. Remember, Biff was a quarterback. It's in the script. So you could see a photograph of him, or you could see a trophy that he got once to remind you of his heyday. That's very, very important for the script. If you read the script, he used to be an amazing, he had lots of potential. He used to be, let's call him a leader of men, an alpha male. That's a reminder of who he was. So now Biff would look at that trophy and go, that's not me anymore. And that will feed a lot of lines just by me putting that there. Now, I don't give two shits about playing football, but I could put something there for me that will be parallel to that. Now, once again, with all these suggestions, don't just think about them. Actually go behind the camera, smell the tomatoes, smell the rose gardens from dad. Actually go touch the imaginary trophy or whatever it would be for you. Maybe a play you once did that your life could have changed, but you never pursued. And over here, the family photo touch. Over here, touch something. I now feel comfortable enough. I'm not in the film set anymore. When I do this, I'm in Biff's bedroom. And I've made it personal and private. I shut down. I don't involve. I don't put much work and much attention into things. Always think like this. Things that don't feed the believability of the character or the situation I'm trying to create. Focus on things that feed that believability, shut down everything else. That within itself is a skill. Now, if something from your life is working, bring it in. I've always shared the story with Dustin Hoffman doing Kramer versus Kramer. In fact, he was actually going through a divorce at that time, so it was easy for him to pick up all those ingredients and put them on the film set. And we're not bananas. I know there's a lie right here. I can't just go smashing everything. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm quite aware. I can do this. I know I'm in control. Don't be one of these actors who go, I accidentally, hit the camera or hit the person. That's not an actor who's in control. There's also another wonderful moment where Al Pacino one day said to the director, I forget his name right now, who directed Dog Day Afternoon, all right? He said, I'm going in, your job is to direct. Do you know what I'm saying? I want you to think I'm immersing myself in this world. There's the painting or the football, there's the and inject memories into this place. Find whoever's playing the dad, inject memories into this place, go for it. There's dad, he works hard. Look at dad, touch dad, you touch dad. Hug him, say, Dad, I'm here, how are you? Right? I'm no longer this. Our work is to create all these imaginary worlds and to lose ourselves in them. And also, in between takes, don't drop it. Don't just go, boy, that was good. Hey, how are you? Check your phone because you might get a message from someone that will piss you off. Chit chat about something. No, stay in it. Meaning, in between takes, the director says, all right, let's move. I got to move a light. Pick up something from this imaginary world. Bring it over here. Pick up your trophy and go, Jesus Christ, I used to be a good quarterback. Those were the days. In between takes, the director says, all right, let's get back into it. I'm already in it. Because once you go in and out, in and out, in and out, the body gets cold and you've gone. You got me? Staying in it takes you to a whole other level of work. If you chit-chat with the crew and it's all gone. And now we've got the dangerous element of our phone. The old days, they didn't. Stay in this world. Only drop it when they say, that's a wrap, that's a cut, or whatever. Then you can drop it. It does help also if you know the 2 or 3 things that bring you into this world, like let's say the window and the dad's tomatoes, the photo of the family, mom's kitchen over here, mom makes whatever she makes for you, the trophy of the football. Now that we go on a break, we go on lunch, the director, oh, let's pick it up again. Instead of you going, where the hell was I? You go, yeah, that, the trophy, the window, the garden brings me back into it. What we're trying to do and understand this is seduce our body and our mind into believing what we create. And as I've said in the past, it is absolutely paramount that you don't shit on your own work. Don't go, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. That's not an actor, that's an acting student. Professional actors believe it, and you go, right now I believe it enough, and I'm gonna go with that. That is an amazing skill to be able to shut down that world, pick your ingredients, inject them into here, create what you like, and just play with it. Another factor that also helps is do this while they're preparing the set. There's nothing worse than being in your trailer or, on social media. Look, I'm on a set. People do this all the time. I go, get off your phone. While they're creating the set, if this is his kitchen and he's got a big scene coming up, or he's got to confront dad saying, Dad, I'm not a leader of men anymore, and all that stuff, be in the kitchen. Be in the kitchen as your character. Don't talk to the crew. Just be as him. Go look around, go, Jesus, this house is falling apart, Dad. Here's what this will do. First of all, you don't have that, you come off the set and all of a sudden 50 strangers are staring at you and you feel like you got to perform. The crew will get to know you. They'll just ignore you. I just want you to be the character. Look around. Talk to yourself. Have imaginary discussion with that. Dad, I really want to do this. Dad, I want to go, not for me. I don't want to take over the business, blah, 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 blah. And then the dialogue will just flow from there. There's a wonderful story, which is true. A guy named Jeff Young, he used to be Kazan's assistant. And he said to me once that Brando used to do this all the time. Be in his moment, I'm already in it. There's no, all right, action, performing. We don't want that performance bullshit. I want you to be in your kitchen. So the golden rule is, this is reality. I'm cherry picking moments to create this imaginary world, stay in the imaginary world, ferment the imaginary world, personalize things, find your lines from here. Now I'm in it. And your work will automatically be elevated to a whole other level. Try this. Try it at home for half an hour, 30 minutes, an hour. Learn to get into it. Learn to get out of it. Let me know how you go, by the way. I'd love to hear your feedback. Take care. Talk again soon.